Most of us are familiar with Southeast Asia's impossibly vertical limestone outcroppings from old-style Chinese-American restaurants whose walls were papered with mist-shrouded mountains. I always figured they were fantasy worlds, but they actually exist, and as an adult I found these karst mountains in southern Thailand. Vietnam too has its vine-shrouded karst mountains, most famously in Halong Bay, in the far north of the country. My partner Joanne and I want to avoid the crowds there, so we arranged to explore the lesser-known but equally magnificent mountains of neighboring Bai Tu Long Bay. We travel from Hanoi several hours north to the vast port of Haiphong, then take a boat to Cat Ba Island, a prime destination for adventure travelers. We hire a Vietnamese junk called the Dolphin, a boat captain, a cook, and an English-speaking guide to take us on a 3-day exploration of the ancient floating villages. Our quarters are charming, if minimal. A wood-paneled dining room and a bedroom just big enough for a double bed and a feeble fan to stir the torrid night air. But an upper deck offers 2 lounge chairs from which to watch sunsets. We frequently cool off by diving into Bai Tu Long Bay off the narrow walkway at the boat's edge. Meals are a surprisingly elegant affair in their variety and presentation. A miracle, really, given the cramped kitchen. Our first lunch includes squid, white tuna steaks, buttered carrots, tofu stuffed with pork, a fresh cucumber salad, and sliced pineapple. And so begins an exploration of a unique community of floating villages, where one imagines everyone knows everyone, since there's no real privacy and little chance to leave. Hundreds of people live in cramped quarters on wooden platforms and seldom tread the rock and soil of dry land. They depend on one another for their survival and share the bay's harvest in bountiful and lean times alike. Late in the day on our first afternoon, Tuan guides us in our kayaks through a low rock arch into a grotto of startling beauty. On the way through the arch, he points out bats hanging upside down from its ceiling. Once through, we emerge into a watery world apart. He points silently up the cliff to our left, and there, half hidden by lush vegetation, we find monkeys moving among the rocks, including a mother grooming her babe. Yes, we've seen our primate relations before, in urban zoos and Central American jungles, but something about watching them from kayaks in a tropical grotto leaves us breathless with gratitude and amazement. On the afternoon of our second day, we paddle into Vung Bien, a village set apart in a cul-de-sac of sorts, separated from other floating villages in its own sanctuary in the center of Bai Tulong Bay. We knew nothing about it in advance, so we're unaware that it has become a tourist attraction of such renown that the 50 families and 300 people who occupied it for generations have now been transplanted inland by local authorities concerned about pollution and pressures from a glut of tourist boats. But we're in luck. On the day we arrive, it's quiet and still. We eat lunch on a floating platform while peeking into classrooms refurbished by an Australian sister school. With sunset on our second night on the water, we prepare to re-enter the frenetic intensity of land-based life in Vietnam today. This is a nation hurtling past its past in pursuit of a prosperity delayed by 4 generations of continuous war. Now that this land of rare natural majesty and creative energy has gained a place on many travelers' short lists, will treasures like Bai Tulong Bay be able to survive the onslaught? We realize with some chagrin that we ourselves are part of that disruption. Yet in the end, it's the Vietnamese themselves who are most eager to turn the page on a tragic past, all the more reason to treasure what remains worthy of preserving.